Hi everyone, welcome back to the Geography Hog, and today I'm going to be trying to draw US states on a map with nothing but counties on them. Now, as you can probably tell, I'm not American, but I have researched a decent amount into US geography, so I think I should do at least okay. Right, I'm going to start off in, also by the way, Alaska and Hawaii obviously are just, where's text on there? So this is obviously Alaska here, and then that's Hawaii. So I'm going to start off California, which is along here, and then goes, because yeah, that's in Nevada. So I go, I think, it does just go in a completely diagonal line into, I think, here. And then I think that's right. And then Nevada's obviously fairly, I think a lot of the ones in the west of the US are going to be a lot easier. But when I get to, like somewhere like West Virginia, I might struggle a bit more. Okay. All of these are fairly not difficult, so I should be okay. Utah code. I think it goes. I don't think that. What the hell has happened with that line? Get rid of that thing. That is not what we want on this map. Right, so I think Utah goes all the way down here. I don't think that county there is part of Utah, so I think I can go across. To there, and down, and then that should be right. By the way, at the end I'm going to check all of these to see if there's any that I've, or at least to see which ones that I, maybe got perfectly and which ones that I didn't. Now we're going to have the first kind of actual, I think it is just there. Yeah, and then I think this is one of the first ones I'm actually going to have to think of it. I think it goes across here. Yeah, I think that's right. And then that looks, something about Oregon looks slightly off. Can't exactly tell what. I've definitely got Oregon and Washington slightly wrong there. Right, oh, never mind. I think Idaho goes all the way over here, doesn't it? It's a very wobbly line, so I'm just going to do that again. Right, so I think, if we go all the way up to here. Right. And then I'm going to do what I think it is. So I think it goes maybe, I don't know, maybe that. Or there's a little kind of bit that sticks up at the top, so maybe that's, yeah, that looks mostly right. I think I might have made, I'm gonna give, I might have just messed this up badly there, but I think That's roughly right. Yeah, I think that's probably about right. Okay, luckily then, Montana and Wyoming are just straight lines, which will be up to there. And then straight down again. Alright. Yeah, so Montana and Wyoming are not exactly too difficult. I think or at least not Montana's kind of difficult on the western border, but yeah, this is actually okay. I think I'm not doing too badly so far. Okay, the good thing about a lot of the western states, you can kind of pick out. Oh, what happened there? No one. A lot of state borders, because a lot of them are straight lines, a lot more than, say, like Maryland or something. Right, that's good. And then it stops here. Yeah, because that is Texas, isn't it? Those up to there. Yep, that looks good for New Mexico. And now I'm gonna do Texas. Now, Oklahoma, I think Oklahoma goes, yeah, because Texas along here is just straight line, I think. It then goes down there. Right, and now, remembering this. I think it goes up along here. And then, I'll keep checking to make it. Okay, then up here. Okay, that's Oklahoma. I'm pretty sure that's. And then, yeah, just a bit higher so I can. So that the straight line will take the panhandle. Yep, that looks pretty good. And now, right, okay. I'm trying to think what this part of Texas looks like. I think it's something like this. And then like maybe down there. Yeah, that seems right. That seems, yeah, I think that's good. Right. I think I'm going to keep going now, up here, so I think, I can't remember how far north Kansas goes. Is that Kansas? That is Kansas. I honestly can't remember. Does it go along here? No, it's one north of that, isn't it? Okay, and then it's just a straight line all the way across to there. Right, okay. And then Nebraska. Right. Yeah, we've got Nebraska and Dakotas, Nebraska. Oh no. Okay, well, it obviously goes, okay, it's obviously going to be along there. I think that's probably right. I'm not certain, but it looks right. how far across the Dakotas go. That's obviously North and South Dakota there, but then how far? Oh God. Yeah, this is kind of difficult. Right, I think it goes, say, across. I think that's probably about right there. Right, so then we've got Louisiana. I'm gonna go like in kind of strips. So now I'm gonna do Louisiana, which cross here. Now, actually, I feel like this could kind of be cheating, so I think that is that. I'm not sure if it is, to be honest. It could be. I'm not sure if that's the Mississippi. Oh God. It's here, isn't it? Yep. And then kind of. There we go. There we go. And then Missouri is going to be there. Yeah. I think most of these now follow the river. Oil goes across there because that's another straight line. That's actually fairly. Okay, that's good. That is definitely Minnesota. I'm pretty sure that's Minnesota. Yeah. Oh. Oh no, it's the Michigan. Well, that part of Michigan's reasonably good, but the upper peninsula bit. I'm kind of stuck. I think it's something like that. That looks right. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna say that. Just kind of connect that up there. Wisconsin. I don't know how far Wisconsin goes down. There, probably. I feel like I've made that peninsula bit there a bit too big. I think I'm just going to leave it though. I think it is too big, but I'm not really sure exactly where to fix it. So I'm going to leave that. Right, then we've got Illinois. Oh, isn't that big though? Indiana, that's why. Right, I think. Yeah, what you're going to find is the further east I go, the more and more inaccurate these start to become. Okay, that's a straight line, so that's again fairly easy. No, I'm pretty sure that's the bit that belongs to West Virginia, because there's that little peninsula bit. I'm going to say that's probably about right. There we go. Okay. Yeah. I can do some kind of. I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the really obvious lines first and then kind of fill in the gaps for a lot of this area. Like if I go, yeah, because along there. Okay, that's made it a bit. Now South Carolina. pretty sure that is South Carolina. That's either, I think that's a fairly decent attempt there. Right. In fact, Alabama. I always used to get Alabama and Mississippi mixed up. Right, so if I just quickly go. There we go. Again, I think that looks right, but I guess I can check when I'm done. And we'll see, won't we? I just don't think there's that little... I think it might just be... That still feels slightly wrong, but I'm not entirely sure why. I don't know, maybe I'm... There we go. Maybe I'm kind of there is something wrong. Because Missouri has that kind of bit that sticks down, doesn't it? Yeah, I honestly don't know. Because Arkansas looks right. Maybe it's slightly over this direction. No, because I know that Kentucky doesn't have that I'm pretty sure it doesn't have a straight border there. I think I'm going to have to just... I'm not really sure where the... No, I'm just going to leave it. I think that's probably the best move right now. Well, Delaware's easy enough because it's tiny, so it's just that one. Yeah. And then there. Now I know that Virginia has a lot of cities that are kind of separate from the counties around them, so I'm going to kind of follow that a little bit. Maryland's definitely a lot more. No, that's wrong. Missed a bit of that. Right, if I go along there. Okay, well it goes that bit. I'm pretty sure is of Virginia. As for where it ends, though, I'm gonna say I think it ends there. And then you have the Panhandle, which goes sort of along here, and then yeah, that looks reasonably. Yeah, it's definitely not going to be perfect, but I think it looks okay. Right, then New Jersey, I think is that, or it's rough. It's nearly that anyway. Make sure to avoid New York City. There we go. Right. Okay, I've done most of it now. I have forgotten to divide this bit up, which I'm now going to have to do. So I think West Virginia's something... Yeah. I think... Because I know that it kind of slopes down. Yeah, the thing is, I keep kind of thinking... Maybe it slopes further down. I can't really remember. I think right now the thing that's going to be really difficult though is to decide where I think Tennessee and North Carolina. I think what I'm just going to do is I'm going to kind of follow it, admit that I'm not going to be able to get it basically, and just follow it along. Yeah, that looks okay. It's definitely not right, but it's the closest to right that I'm probably going to get. Right, and then I know that, yeah, there's that little bit there. I think that's called Erie County, I think, in Pennsylvania, that just kind of goes on it's not really a straight line all the way across, it just goes up a little bit to give Pennsylvania access to the Great Lakes, I think. Yeah. Right. Okay, I'm just going to do Vermont and New Hampshire because they're, again, very small, so I can... That's good. And then... Rhode Island, I think that's just Rhode Island, isn't it? Oh, no. Right. Okay, yeah, that is Connecticut, I'm pretty sure. And then I'm guessing that the Massachusetts just kind of follows on from that. And then, yeah, that's Maine. So actually, and that's Maine, yes, I've just finished New England. In fact, I've actually kind of finished all of it now, because is there anything I've missed? Nope, I think I've actually finished that, so I think the only thing left to do now is to look at what I've done and see if I've actually made any mistakes. I'm going to show you a map in a minute of basically the ones in red that I've completely... No, sorry, the ones in green that I've completely got right, and the ones in red that I've made some mistakes on, and I'll go through that. So this is just a little map of all the states that I got completely perfect in green, and the ones that I did less well on in red. So in red you can see the only one really in the west that I didn't get was Idaho and Montana. So for Idaho and Montana, I kind of made Idaho, a bit too big, kind of made it a bit more kind of blobby. I didn't really realise the slant that the board had, kind of going down so that Montana was a bit bigger. I kind of forgot about that. But also, the other thing that really annoyed me is how horrifically I messed up the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. That was pretty horrendous. And I'm also just going to say the other one that kind of annoyed me was Florida, because I managed to, I think, I can't remember which way around it was either one county in Georgia or one county in Florida, and I gave it to the wrong state and that made it wrong. That was kind of, I think, the closest that I got to getting a state perfect that wasn't perfect, so that was quite annoying. And the other one that kind of stood out to me was West Virginia, because there was this entire panhandle over here that I managed to completely and utterly forget existed. I just didn't think. Yeah, so that was quite annoying. I think overall I did fairly well. There'll probably be people in the comments who think I didn't do fairly well, but I think I did okay. But you can, shout that down in the comments if you want. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you want. Have a good day.